It began like any ordinary Friday evening. Nothing extravagant. Just a quiet get-together at our place. A few colleagues from work. Some drinks, mellow music. A few snacks. My wife, Alina, had always said I kept my professional life too walled off from our marriage. So I thought, why not blend the world a little? Try to make her feel included. A thoughtful gesture, I believe at the time. It turned out to be a mistake. We cleaned the apartment together, laid out a modest spread, even lit a few candles. Alina looked stunning. Sleek dress, hair loose around her shoulders, those tall heels that gave her an extra inch of confidence. I loved seeing her like that, self-assured, magnetic. What I didn't realize was that she hadn't dressed up to support me. She came to the party to compete. For the first hour or so, everything flowed naturally. People laughed, shared stories, sipped on their drinks. The atmosphere was light. Alina sat close beside me, wine glass in hand, chiming in occasionally with an easy laugh and charming quip. I thought things were going well. But just after 10 p.m., something shifted. Jason, a co-worker known for his lack of filter, cracked a crude joke about men who overcompensate, guys with oversized trucks or flashy bikes, and what that supposedly revealed about their anatomy. He chuckled, pointing downward. It was a throwaway line, not aimed at anyone, just juvenile humor. But Alina leaned in, swirled her wine, and said loudly, casually, with that razor smirk of hers, "Well, let's just say I married proof of that theory." Silence. You could almost hear the mood collapse. People froze mid-sip, eyes flicking toward me then away, nervous glances, half-smiles suspended in awkward limbo. In that moment, it felt like the floor gave way beneath me. My chest tightened. My mouth went dry. I didn't know what to do. Laugh it off, call her out, just vanish. I didn't do any of it. I stood quietly, muttered something about fresh air, and stepped out onto the balcony. The cool air hit my face, but it didn't calm me. It just made the silence inside louder. I could hear the music drifting through the glass door. The laughter resumed faintly. But she didn't come after me. Not after 5 minutes. Not after 20. When I finally walked back inside, everyone pretended nothing had happened. Except her. She looked at me with a blank, unreadable face, as if what she said had been harmless, a throwaway comment, nothing more. That night, as we lay in bed, I asked her quietly, "Why did you say that?" She shrugged. "It was just a joke." "Relax. You're always so sensitive." Everyone knew I didn't mean it. That's when it hit me. She didn't get it. Or worse, she didn't care. Because the truth was, I was sensitive about it. Not broken, not weak, but wounded. Quietly, privately, deeply. Like so many men, I had grown up measuring myself against impossible standards, warped ideas of masculinity, whispered behind locker doors, and disguised as banter. Insecurity lived in the corners of my mind. And she, someone who knew, had chosen to twist a knife in front of everyone. I didn't argue. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just stared at the ceiling, already plotting my next move. The next morning, before the sun rose, I slipped out of bed, grabbed the duffel bag I'd stashed weeks earlier in the guest closet, just in case, and walked out. My phone, face down on the kitchen counter, was the only trace I left behind. I drove for 5 hours to a remote lake cabin that once belonged to my father. Quiet, isolated, no service, no noise. I unplugged from everything, work, the apartment, her. The first day, I sat by the water in silence. I didn't cry, didn't drink. I just thought about how easy it is for someone who says they love you to humiliate you in front of strangers, to treat you like a disposable punchline. On day 2, the calls began. She reached out to my sister, my boss, even Jason. Her tone changed from casual to panicked. She posted online, "Has anyone seen my husband?" painting herself as the worried spouse. Day 3, she found me. Her little silver car came barreling down the gravel road, and before she even saw me sitting on the porch, she was crying. "Oh my God, Andrew, I thought you were dead." I looked her in the eye and said calmly, "I'm not dead. I'm just done." She collapsed beside me, sobbing, apologizing, saying she was drunk, didn't mean it, Didn't think it would hurt that badly. I thought you were strong enough to take a joke, she whispered. And I told her something she didn't expect. You don't get to decide how deep the knife goes when you're the one holding it. We talked for hours. I let her speak. I listened, but I didn't offer forgiveness. Not then, maybe not ever. When I returned to the city a week later, I didn't go home. I had already signed a lease for a furnished apartment across town. A decision made weeks before when I first began to feel the ground shifting beneath us. I moved in that same day. We haven't divorced. We've spoken. She started therapy. She's written letters. She's tried to take responsibility. But I've told her, some wounds don't heal with words. Sometimes love doesn't die suddenly. It bleeds out over time. A slow death by paper cuts and passive stabs. But that night, that joke, that was a final.